Welcome, dear viewer, to my series about CTPtalk, Steem and ClickTrackProfit. My name is Erik Gustafsson and I go by the handle @Flax on Steam and YouTube and the Flax on YouTube. So, today I would like you to publish your 4th video to YouTube, and today I want you to do something a bit different than before. Don't record it in your YouTube app, record it in the main recording app on your phone. So that is probably your camera app where you have a video recording. And the reason for this is because I want you to do some more advanced editing. Still very basic stuff, but more advanced than you can do in your YouTube app. So in order to do this editing, after you have recorded your video in your phone's main camera app, then I want you to use an app called YouCut if you are on Android. Now, I have not used iOS, so I don't really know exactly how the app works on iOS, but YouCut itself is not available on the App Store, but there is another app from the same company called InShot, which is available on iPhones and iPads. So I recommend you go with that, but on Android, go with the app called YouCut. And the reason for this is because the free version of this app, because this app does have a paid version, but the free version is very powerful and it does not leave a watermark on your video. Sorry. So it's very powerful, but it's also very, very easy to use. And the way you use it is that you are basically just treating your video like you would do an old style film. You know, the physical film where you actually cut the film. So you just have like a digital slider for that, and you just work from there. And then you have all these tools that cuts in and do the actual work, like trimming and stuff like that. So what I want you to start with is not to add the video that you just recorded. I actually want you to create your thumbnail or snap first, and then include that at the very beginning of your video. So you do this in a very linear way. You add the first thing you want in the video first. So add your thumbnail image the first you do, and it's default to run for 4 seconds. If you want to change that, then that's okay. I just leave it at 4 seconds because then people have a chance to see that without it being too long. And I also add an effect to this image, actually a glitch effect on the thumbnail picture, so it makes a smoother pass over to the video itself. And I do that by implementing it at 3.4 seconds, so the glitch runs for 0.8 seconds, and then it goes over to my intro. Now, I don't want you to do an intro today, that is for tomorrow, but after you have your thumbnail image in your editor, and you scroll to the end of that, then click the plus sign right down there and add your video. And now you can do some trimming and cuts and stuff. And if you do that, remember to just add one thing at a time, because you can add your video multiple times but from different locations in the video, and you can even like add the same piece of video over and over again. So you just press on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. You know, right? So there is a lot you can do with that. But the thing is, add your video and cut it at the ends a bit. Use the trim function for that. If you are, for example, you tap your phone to stop the recording and stuff like that, you don't want to include that. And if there is any pieces of your video that you want to cut out, don't cut that out of your video. Cut in the first piece of your video before that time, and then you cut in the next piece of your video after that time. That's how you do it, okay? And this app does not work with your video in edit. It does not edit the actual video in real time, so you are basically just telling the program how you want it to format your video and create it. So all editing, actual editing, is done afterwards. When you are doing all of these things, you are just putting pieces together for the program to execute afterwards. And as in your video yesterday, also include some background music. And there is music in the app that you can use for free. Just remember to include the music credits in your description, so that you're adding that and apply by copyright and stuff like that. And do put your music to like a volume of say 1 or 2%. That is what I put it, and that works great. It does not overpower your voice, and it is enough to cover most of any background noises, especially if, like me, you're outside. If you're inside, you might want to turn the music to the very low, like 1%, and if you're outside, you might want to turn it to 2%. But that's just some basic guidelines for that. And as I said in my video yesterday, background music, it's both there to basically cover the background noises that you always have, but also to set a mood for your video. So it's not just about the background noise, it's also about setting a mood for your video. You want your audience to think that you are delivering something great, and yeah, you really are. Of course you are, but the thing is, you also want your the mood of the video itself to portray that image, okay? That's important. So once you have edited everything in this slider to include everything you want the video to be, and you have listened to it and watched it and all of that, and you are happy with the result, then you save it. Excuse me. Then you save it, and you do that in the format that you recorded in. So for example, my camera, the front side camera of my mobile phone is recording in 720p, and that's why I'm saving my videos in 720p. There is no benefit whatsoever of bumping that up to 1080p, for example. Actually, it could actually be a disadvantage to do that, because the information in the video is not really there, so it has to estimate what those colors that you are adding to that is going to be, so it might actually be worse result of that. And what is more is that yeah, by the way, the backside camera of my phone is recording at 1080p, but not the front side camera. So that's basically up to you, but don't save it in a higher format than you are recording it. And one more thing about that is that you don't want to upload a video to YouTube that is like crazy big, like 1 or 2 gigabytes or something, because that just takes a lot of time to upload, and it costs you a lot of bandwidth if you're on a limited plan or something. And yeah, so once you have saved it, upload it to YouTube, add your thumbnail in YouTube Studio as before, and in DTube when you are publishing it there, and publish it with the CTP tag, and as before, talk about ClickTrackProfit. You can't add your CTP tag if you don't talk about ClickTrackProfit. So talk about ClickTrackProfit, okay? And choose something from the training lessons is my suggestion. So talk about the click section of your training lessons. What do you get from the click training, and how does that help you to get traffic and to build your brand? So talk about that. That's my suggestion. Anyways, so yeah, that's your 4th video on DTube. Congratulations. And this was all for me for today. This was Erik Gustafsson, and I'm at Flax on Steam and DTube, and I am the Flax on YouTube. And stay awesome. I will see you in the next video, and thank you.